It's been 26 years since the Rebbe of Chabad passed away, known simply to his followers as the Rebbe. Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson was a towering and charismatic figure in the Jewish world, the seventh Lubavitcher Rebbe with no successor. His wisdom and his success in spreading the Chabad message far and wide to literally the furthest corners of the earth are still having a major impact on Judaism here in Israel and the diaspora world as well. With me now is a disciple of the Rebbe and a Chabad member, Rabbi Amichai Cohen, joining us from near the shores of the Sea of Galilee. Rabbi, thank you for being with me. I want to just note here for our viewers around the world, in America, in New York, they may not be Jewish, they may not know anything about Chabad, but they have probably seen the pictures and the photos everywhere. Tell us why the photo is everywhere of the Rebbe, why he's plastered all over America and around the world, and what he means to you personally.
Yeah, hey Jeff and everyone, great to be on. Very powerful day. And someone actually asked me that question, a guest of ours that came on to our house, and she was asking why wherever I go to many Jewish homes, but Chabad homes, I see that picture of the Rebbe, and you see that picture in so many places, and why is that? And I mentioned to her that the view of the Rebbe is essentially that all of us are leaders, that all of us have that innate power of really tapping into our higher self, our greater potential. And when we look at a tzaddik, when we look at a holy person, we're essentially looking at ourselves. That's why quite often when we look at babies, we feel like drawn, we feel it elicits something. And so a tzaddik is pure, and it has that level of eliciting that innate, perhaps dormant parts of ourselves to really bring that out to the forefront.
The Rebbe's message and his teachings, why do you think they were so successful, not only during his lifetime, but today as we mark the Hebrew anniversary of his death? They are spread across the world, literally in the furthest corners of the world. Why is that?
Yeah, so I personally never met the Rebbe, and many other of even my age bracket did not, and certainly younger generation. Many people around the world, like the million or so people that attend Seder, Passover Seder, all over the world in Chabad houses, have never met the Rebbe. And the powerful message of the Rebbe is essentially a world of inter-inclusion, a world of what is called Mashiach, a world of that there is a better hope for humanity, for mankind. And that is through the spreading of the Kabbalistic, Hasidic insights, as the Baal Shem Tov taught us, because the Chabad dynasty really follows the Baal Shem Tov's novel approach of through spreading the wellsprings, the inner wellsprings of consciousness. That has the effect of also transforming the way that we think and look at each other and look at the world. And so his message is essentially the message of spreading those inner teachings and spreading a better way of interconnection, of communicating with each other through love and through an openness, which we see in so many Chabad houses around the world. That openness. You could be in the middle of Thailand, of India, Peru, anywhere in the world, and there's an open house for you that you could attend and feel that there is a home. And that's the incredibly powerful picture.
Rabbi, for you personally, I know that you work and you teach in Tzfat, which is this mystical, spiritual city high in the mountains, overlooking the Kinneret, the Sea of Galilee. What's the connection to Tzfat, and why have you chosen there to make it your workplace?
Yeah. So actually, the first place that the Rebbe, the Lubavitcher Rebbe, sent his emissaries to the land of Israel was in Tzfat, because he really saw that Tzfat is the city of the inner Torah, the inner dynamic. That's, of course, where the Arizal lived, and in the 1500s, they spread that immense revolutionary way that transformed the Jewish world forever. And so the place of Tzfat is extremely significant, and that's where the Rebbe saw a lot of symbiotic relationship and and common ground with the whole movement of Chabad and the spreading of Chassidut, of the wellsprings of the Baal Shem Tov in general.
And Rabbi, I just want to ask, to note here on this, the anniversary here of the passing in the Lubavitch stream, Rabbi Schneerson was the 7th Lubavitcher Rabbi. There is no successor. And as you mentioned, you're a disciple, a proud disciple, but people of your generation and future generations, they never had a chance to listen to the Rebbe personally or meet him. Will there be a successor at some point? Should there be, or is this an important step that this is the end of the line?
Right. Well, I don't think that there's really going to be a successor, and that was after the Rebbe passed, there was talk from other sectors talking who's going to take over, etc. But the fact was that Chabad actually doubled and tripled its impact on the world after the Rebbe passed on in 1994. And there's a saying that tzaddikim, that holy individuals, are able to do more even outside of their body than they do in their body itself. As it says in Ecclesiastes, that the sun sets and the sun rises, and the Zohar says about that the sun sets means that when the tzaddik is no longer physically with us, he's still affecting from another part of existence, just like the sun is still shining somewhere around the world. And so there's an effect that the world has by that energy, that leadership energy of the Rebbe, not just of what he left when he was alive, but currently from that dimension, which we perhaps don't have an understanding of.
A really beautiful thought. Rabbi Amichai Cohen, sir, thank you so much for taking the time with us. Great to have your perspective, Rabbi. Thank you. The founder and director of livekabbalah.com.